Hey guys, it's Shayla Cake 88, and before I even get this video started, let me talk to the people who have animals, okay? No disrespect, but if you have animals and you walk your animals along people's property or where people live, please have a pooper scooper or those little wrapper things or whatever to pick up their boo-boo, because I don't want to have to go off on nobody for being rude and not picking up their dog's shit, okay? For lack of a better word, y'all, I have to say shit because that's what it is. I go outside, you know what I'm saying, to get some fresh air, open everything up. And where I, live, we have like a back porch area where you can actually go on to the back porch and walk outside on the little trail. And, people go on that trail to walk their dogs, to walk themselves, to run, or whatever. So at the same time, y'all, that I'm going out there, lady was walking her dog. Her dog just decides to stop at my back porch and take a boo-boo. So I'm looking at her like, okay, where's your scooper, boo-boo? Where's your little wrapping paper to pick up that boo-boo? So I said, you need something to pick that up? She's like, oh, I'm gonna go pick it up. Yeah, I know you are. I know you are, because I stopped you and I know you're gonna go pick that up, okay? So I don't know where she went, but she went somewhere to pick up the boo-boo. But I honestly feel like if I did not see her or if I did not ask her, she would have left that boo-boo there. So I love dogs, you guys. It's no disrespect. It's not the dog's fault. It's the owner's fault. So y'all, just please, out of courtesy of people, even for people who have animals, and even for people who don't have animals, please clean up after your dogs. Don't allow them to boo-boo somewhere, where someone can easily step into their shit and you just don't care. Let them poop somewhere where nobody can step in it. And if they poop somewhere where somebody can step on it, please be so gracious and pick it up, okay? Like, that's just common sense. But anyway, we're moving on, guys. All right, so I wanted to share with you guys today a condition called hyperhidrosis, and I don't really see a lot of videos on it on YouTube, so I'm guessing it's really something that people are not aware of, or it's something that people are afraid to talk about. But because I have this condition and I feel like it can be very relatable, especially to like teens and like older teens, I just thought that I would share a little bit of information about this condition. And it's not like a serious condition, life-threatening condition. It's more of a annoying condition. And if you break down the word hyperhidrosis, if you've taken any kind of medical terminology or you just know by process of elimination, you will know that hyper is excessive, hydro is water, and then isis is like the condition of. So when you break all of that down, it's basically the condition of excessive water. And in this case, it's excessive sweating. So yeah, this might sound gross, it might sound embarrassing, but it is a true condition. And some symptoms that I could just really say, well, one symptom is you just sweat, and you sweat all the time. Like, you sweat even when it's cold outside, you're sweating, even when you have a fan blowing on you, you're sweating. When you're embarrassed, you sweat. It's just a constant sweating, and it's excessive. We all know that it's normal for the body to sweat. It's a normal function to cool your body down. But in this case scenario, it's really something that is excessive, and it can really play a major part in your life because it can be very embarrassing. Like if you're in that teen age, that puberty age, which is when I got mine, you already have all these different hormones and things going on where you're trying to control your smell just by just regular sweating. And then you have like this excessive sweating on top of it. So, you're always trying to switch your shirts or change deodorants or whatever. And this condition, regular deodorants will not help. I can tell you, I tried Suave, I've tried Secret, I've tried the baking soda kind, and it will not work. It did not work. So I just want to let you guys know that if you have, the symptoms of excessive sweating, you guys are not alone, and you may actually have a condition called hyperhidrosis. And how I found out I had hyperhidrosis is I actually went to the doctor for something different. And again, I went to the doctor. I had to have my arms up. I was laying on the back of I had to lay on the back of the patient bed, and I had to have my arms all the way up. And as she was like examining me, there was sweat literally coming down the side of my body, like just coming down, dripping. And I was so embarrassed. And I told her, I'm like, I'm so sorry that I'm sweating. I just can't help it. And doctors, they're usually nonchalant about anything and everything, stuff like that doesn't bother them because they know it all, they've seen it all. So she was like, oh, that's no problem, since you're in here, we'll go ahead and take care of that too. I know something that will take care of that in no time. And sure enough, she was right. She prescribed me this medicine here, and it's called Drysol. And it has changed throughout the years. Like I said, this condition really hit me at puberty. And this has been my lifesaver since forever. I'm not going to tell any of you guys how to use this product, but I am going to tell you how I use the product. You definitely want to check with your doctor to see how they want you to use it. But this is what it looks like. This is now what it looks like. And it has changed throughout the years. I remember it being tall and skinny, and it used to have like a roller on it. But it doesn't have a roller anymore. It just has like a little hole, and you're supposed to just pour it onto a cotton swab and then pat it on under your arms. So yeah, this has been my lifesaver. And basically how I use this is I take a shower at night, wash up under my arms, of course, and then once you get out of the shower, or you're finished washing up, you're going to make sure that you pat your arms completely dry, and then you're going to take this, pat some of it onto a cotton ball, and then put it all under your armpit. And it is a liquid. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it is a liquid, so it will be wet, and then of course it will dry. And then this is an overnight product. So you would take a shower at night, put this on, go to sleep. And then when you wake up, you just kind of do your little wash up thing, or you take a shower and you just wash it off, like you would normally do, washing off your whole body. And then you would apply deodorant. And for me, this worked immediately. When I say immediately, I would say this worked after about a week and a half. I actually did not sweat at all. And a lot of people may say, well, why are you not sweating at all? I didn't sweat at all under my arms. We all know that there are pores all over our body, that we sweat all over our body. So just because I'm not sweating under my arms doesn't mean that my body is not cooling off. I sweat in other areas besides my arms. It's just that my arms, was just doing a little too much. And this really was my lifesaver, because like I said, when I was in school, I had to constantly change my shirts. I had to constantly, run to the bathroom and wash up under my arms and switch deodorants. And none of those things helped me. None of them helped me. And it just became very embarrassing because, when you sweat, you get like the little musty odors and stuff like that. And people are going to make fun of you. I didn't get make fun of, because I just constantly changed my shirts and, just stayed away from people, or I would keep on a jacket, or but it was really affecting my life because I felt like I couldn't be around people. It was bringing down my self-esteem. And so I'm very lucky that I came across a doctor who was able to help me. So if you're teenagers and you're watching this and you feel like you have a condition like this where you're just always sweating and you can't, you're always musty, because you're always sweating, and, even when it's cold, you're sweating, you may have a condition. So you might want to talk to your doctor and ask them more about this product here called Drysol. And then I also, usually when you have hyperhidrosis, the three main places that I have known people to have it in is the palm of their hands, their underarms and their feet. Like even with your hands, like this one girl I knew, she had to get surgery on the palm of her hands because she would sweat so much. Like she would write on a sheet of paper, and you know, like sometimes you put your hand down on the paper and then you write. She would lift up her hand off the paper and it would be a wet spot because her hands were sweating just that much. You know, she couldn't grip things because her hands were always wet or moisture, you know, like moistury. Is that a word? I don't know, y'all. But, you know, they were just always wet and she couldn't grip things. She couldn't drive. And it was so serious to where she literally had to get surgery. So it's a real thing. For me, it was under my arms and my feet. And I ran through shoes like crazy. It was the same thing with my feet. My feet were odorous and it was very embarrassing. But I was lucky enough to have this work for me, and you guys may have seen this. This is Gold Bond. If this doesn't look familiar to you, you probably will remember seeing it like in a yellowish goldish packaging or whatever you want to call this, tube. This one is the maximum strength. I think the yellow one is the regular strength, and it's specifically to absorb moisture and to control foot odor. And you know, if anybody have heard about a powder or anything like that, you know, all you do is slip it into your shoe. The way that I work, we have to wear like casual shoes, and these are like my go-to shoes at work. So I wear socks with these at home. I use these socks. You guys probably have seen these kind of socks before. You can get them from Walmart. They're not very hard to find, but they look like this. And when I put them on, they like that. And so when I put my shoe on, it looks like that. And y'all have to excuse my ashy legs. It looks like that. And what I basically do is I will take this powder and I will just pat some onto my feet, make sure, you know, that it sticks onto the back of my feet. And then I also put some in my shoe, and this will absorb moisture all day. And you can use this all day long if you want to just keep putting it on your feet, but you want to make sure your feet are clean and you want to make sure your feet are dry before you apply this. And you would just apply it every time you put on your shoe, or, you know, if you're going to work, you know, do it that one good time, and it will last you the whole day or the whole shift. And you know, if not, you can just bring it and apply more whenever you need to. But I only have to just use this once a day, you know, when I'm going out the door to go to work, and it just works for me all day. I work like a 9-hour shift, so it works. And this is Gold Bond. Like I said, you can find this anywhere from Walmart to Dollar Tree. They have like the travel sizes, and you can get the travel sizes for it. So I didn't want this video to be long, but I did want to definitely put out another video out there called hyperhidrosis. Don't be ashamed. Don't be embarrassed. You know, if this is a condition that you think that you have and you want to talk to me about your symptoms, and, you know, maybe I can kind of guide you, but I am not a doctor by any means. This was a condition that, I stumbled upon by a doctor. So you want to make sure that this is what you have, you know, if you're just constantly sweating all the time. And these two things will definitely help you. You know, just a suggestion. Now, again, we all sweat. So don't think just because you sweat that you have this condition. But if you are, you know, if you feel like you have this, definitely go see a doctor and know that you are not alone, and know that there are treatments out there to help you in your confidence of sweating, or feeling like you're sweating a lot and you can't really be around people. So just definitely know that. If you guys have any other questions or anything about hyperhidrosis, that's what it's called, please let me know. I will, I guess, leave something down below where you can check it out, maybe like a website or something like that where you can read more about it. And if you have any questions, just definitely leave me a message or anything like that. I hope you guys have liked this video, and I hope it was informative. Again, don't be embarrassed. Don't be shy. It is what it is. You know, I'm married with 2 kids, so I'm not smelly. I'm not stinky, you know, just needed a little bit, you know, of some more stuff, you know, to keep me fresh. And I'm good to go. So you guys have a blessed day, and let's connect. Talk to you later. Bye.